TV press, it's hard to get into those things, like getting your music played on the radio or on the TV, or getting the press articles, all the PR. That's something that people see as a big obstacle, because, well, people still see it as the main outlet.
I'll say that, like, the music industry has always operated, because it's an industry that is entirely dependent on money gained from the exploitation of rights, intellectual property rights. The record labels, publishers, managers, their whole goal through the history of the industry has been to make a piece of intellectual property famous. Everyone knows it. If they can do that, then they can make mailbox money off of that intellectual property, on into forever. So their whole goal is around making a piece of IP famous. And that's why we have this modern music industry where a broad majority of the people who get into it and sign a contract fail, is because most people can't be famous. Otherwise it wouldn't be called fame, right? Like, fame is by definition a small percentage that commands an outsized percent of the attention.
Yeah.
So that's what fame is. And their whole business model is about fame. Now, conversely, you can become so successful at sales and marketing that you just are famous. Key example would be like Insane Clown Posse. There's not a whole lot of people who don't know who they are, even if tangentially. And
I don't.
Okay, you don't? All right. Well,
maybe I should, but
United States horror hip hop group that dresses up like clowns. And they got a niche audience in Detroit, and then really went hard on tickets, putting out records to sell, and tour and merch. And their merch arm is insane. And there's a whole culture in their fan base built up around the merch. So, like, most of their stuff is limited print, and their fans will compare their level of fandom around like what exclusive or limited or older vintage merch they have.
That's a following.
Yeah.
That's more than fans. That's like,
yeah.
Well, the Misfits do the same thing.
The Misfits
I
are
don't know
another
if they're
example
still active, but
of people who sold so well that they are now famous.